What I'm sharing today is so important. Please saturate this video so that it reaches every single Black American, African American. They need to watch this video. And also take this time and subscribe now. Subscribe and hit that notification button so that you don't miss any content from us. This is Hoodoo's perspective. I'm bitter, I'm annoyed, and I don't know what we're going to do. I saw that video where an innocent man died at the hands of police in America. And this is not the first time. This thing has been happening for years and years and years and years. And yet there is no lasting solution. George Floyd is not the first one and will not be the last to die at the hands of security operatives, the police. You can have laws and laws and laws and legislate and take people to jail, but laws don't legislate the hearts of men. In Uganda, we have laws, but prisons are still full. They still admit people on a daily basis. People have broken the laws. So laws will not change anything in America. It doesn't matter even if they take you to jail for saying Negro. Still, people will say it, and still blacks will die. So, what surprises me, I was looking at the statistics. African Americans are just 13% of the entire US population. That represents approximately 40 million African Americans in the population of over 300 million people. Yet, these people have been there for over 100 years. You've been in America for over 100 years. What are you doing, man? You're still 40 million people? Don't think you're going to change America, you're going to get the justice you want with 40 million people. It's too few. Those are too few to demand to get the changes you want in your country. You're too few. China is bringing the entire world on its knees. Why? It's the population. Don't be deceived. The countries that are doing well off, that are rich, Singapore is rich, but who's kneeling for Singapore? They are rich. Malta, Vatican. There's so many countries I can mention that are rich, but they're not bringing the whole world on its knees. But China has around 1.4 billion people, and those 1.4, not all of them are rich or well off, not all of them have the money, but they just have around 300 million people that are rich. And those 300 million people are bringing the world on their knees. They're dictating, they're literally taking over everything in Africa, resources, what? Because they have the numbers. They have the numbers. So if African Americans don't consider of having many kids, of multiplying, then forget. Even after 100 years, you'll wake up and you still experience racial injustices in America if you don't do something about it now. The revolution to have children starts now. Why should you have 2 kids? Let the whites have 2 kids. They are still the majority. They have 1 kid still. They're actually around 70+% of the entire US population. So don't look at them. Have kids. A creature that doesn't reproduce after its own self will face extinction. And you guys, that's the path you're taking. Forget about Planned Parenthood. It's not for you. Imagine if you guys had reproduced and have around 150 million and around half of the population in America was black. You don't need to subscribe to the Democratic Party. You don't need to be Republican. You just need to start your own black empowerment party. Put your candidate there, and you have the population, you will win. You have the numbers, you will win. You guys started your own BET, Black Entertainment Television, Oprah. You've done a lot in the entertainment industry, trying to uplift blacks. But even in the entertainment industry, most record labels are owned by whites. There are few black executives. The sports where dominate many NBA, NFL, they're all owned by whites. It's annoying. It's frustrating, but that's the fact. They're all owned by whites. There are just 2 million businesses owned by black people. 2 million. Those are too few. But this is the thing. If you guys are so many, you've done a lot and so many, not all of you will be rich, not all of you will own successful businesses, but at least imagine 180 million blacks living in America. You will have more than 2 million businesses, I assure you. You will have more than billionaires, 2 million billionaires. You will have more than that. Because the chances, you cannot tell me that if each family has 20 children, you cannot tell me that family will fail to find a single person that will succeed. Never. At least if each African American family gets 20 children, 10 may sleep on the street, or 15, but 5 will come out. And when those 5 come out, they will help you. They will uplift you. Look at the Indians. They come to Uganda with nothing. One Indian walks in with a briefcase and then he starts bringing in all, infecting Uganda with India. They start bringing all other Indians to this country. And before you know it, they're here, they're dominating. They just come. One poor guy comes and they send him money, mobilizes money, and then before you know it, they are owning businesses here. And there are also many, and also they are using numbers. In Africa, it's Nigeria that is actually using numbers. Nigerians are everywhere, and their impact is being felt because of the numbers. Even if whites don't consume your businesses, imagine you are selling to 150 million African Americans, or among the 150 million, 90 will buy, and that's good for businesses. So my brothers in America, this system is screwed. You will not change it by protesting. You will not change it by burning buildings. You will not change it by legislation. The only way to change the system in America is by multiplying. Muslims are taking over Europe. These guys go to Europe. While the Europeans are having 1 kid, these guys are having a dozen. So look at Netherlands. The population is growing. UK, the mayor is a Muslim and it's everywhere in Europe because they understand the power of multiplication. But my brothers don't get it. They don't get it. You still go, you get a pregnancy, go and abort it. And at the end of the day, you'll be on the street protesting against injustices. Have numbers. Have numbers. Numbers are key. Numbers are key. Minorities cannot have a voice. They cannot have a voice. You will always be outnumbered. Yes, you always, as long as you are minorities, you will always be outnumbered. Now people say, doesn't guarantee success. Yes, true. But if you're 150 million, and that's the number, 150 million blacks, you'll have judges at the Supreme Court. Right now, you have only one. There's only one African American judge appointed by George W. Bush Sr. One. So if you have numbers, many will go on to be successful. Many will not, but many will go on to be successful. And even those who don't make it, they'll still vote. And then when you vote, you'll be able to push the legislations you want and it will come through. You'll be able to choose your president and it will come through. You'll be able to enforce. You'll send your children to join the police force. And before you know it, when the police academy is admitting 50 people, because you are so many, half of those will be blacks. If FBI is recruiting you, they ask for 1,000 or 10, they receive 10,000 applications. Blacks, CIA, you go there. In businesses, you go there. Everywhere, you dominate. And then you have a say and peace, and you put the thing of racial injustice to a stop once and for all. Share this video widely. This is Hudu's perspective, bold, uncensored commentary. Thank you for watching. R.I.P. George Floyd.